Education Radio, where we deal anything and everything about Philippine radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
Good morning, Manila. Good morning, Philippines. And good morning, world. Welcome to another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ. 8:10 a.m., the voice of the Philippines, A-Tri Media. And I have a very special guest. Now, obviously, our people where we come out on TV are seeing him already. I'm so excited, I can't help it, because it's my birthday weekend, right? And this is my birthday gift from him. So thank you so much, Secretary Martin Andonar, for being on Education Radio today. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Pia.
How are you? And I'm sure you have such a really busy schedule, but again, thank you so much for being here today.
It's my pleasure. Good morning. Maayong buntag sa tanan na naminaw. Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga nakikinig ngayon.
Okay, live pa tayo Seka, sa Puerto Princesa.
Live tayo sa Puerto Princesa.
Diba? Sa Rojas, Northern Palawan.
Sa Butuan City.
Butuan City. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Buntag sa Masbate. Good morning po.
Nervous ako for the first time kasi.
So finally, magkausap tayo sa radyo
Sek.
mismo. Ilang beses na
Tapos broadcaster ka din. Ako, pressure.
Ito, pinapanood ko. Live pala tayo sa... So finally, sorry. Live tayo sa Facebook.
Live tayo sa Facebook.
A-Tri Media, DZRJ, 810
Tapos,
AM Radio.
Yes, tapos lagi ko pang pinapanood yung ating Martin sa Man Cave.
Man Cave.
Basta na ba yun, Martin's Man
Hindi na masyado consistent, Pia kasi busy and meron ding podcast na bago sa Malacanang na nilaunch namin ni Mocha Ozon last Sunday. Kaya medyo kinapos na nga sa oras doon sa Man Cave, nadagdagan pa ng podcast.
Oo nga.
Kaya wala nang oras masyado.
And we only have 24 hours in one.
I know, I wish we had 28.
Kulang pa sa 28. So we're here today to get to know you better, Sec. Okay, and all these questions that we're asking. First, let's start with where you went, for college. Where are you? UP ka ba?
Nag-1 year ako nag-UP ako ng 1 year. Actually, nag-aral po ako sa Surigao City ng elementary. 2 taon po yun sa public school. Kanya alam ko po yung experience. I have an experience sa pag-aaral sa isang public school. Tapos lumipat po ako dun sa Xavier University sa Cagayan de Oro. Kasi bumagyo sa Surigao nun Tapos nasira yung school. Kaya lumipat kami sa Xavier, sa Cagayan de Oro. And that's where I finished elementary.
Okay.
And then high school, 2 years sa Xavier. Pamilya ko, lumipat ng Maynila. Napa-enroll ako sa Jose Abad Santos Memorial School, JASAMS High School. Dito lang sa PhilAm.
Okay, yeah.
And then, I went to UP Los Baños for 1 year. I took up Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Obviously, a course na hindi yun ang forte ko. Although maganda sana yung BS Agriculture dahil maraming opportunity sa agrikultura. And then I left school and I started working for a radio station. Ito yung Makati Broadcasting.
Okay.
Yung may-ari nung panahon na yun, sila Andre Can. That was 101.1. And then I also switched radio station on my second year. I was 18 years old na. Saan ba yun? Sa Nation Broadcasting Corporation. Yung sa Yabut family, sila Lito Yabut, 92.3. Okay. Then afterwards, nag-migrate na kami sa Australia. My mom, my siblings. And I continued my studies there sa University of Ballarat in Ballarat City near Melbourne. Doon ako nakapagtapos ng aking Bachelor of Arts in Social and Political Studies. My second major was film and media studies while working for a public radio station and also working for special broadcasting service in Melbourne for 4 years. And then I graduated and we moved back to I moved back to Manila, and I started working again for a broadcasting company here in Manila. That was GMA 7 and I started working for DZBB AM. And then after that, I had 3 months with PTV, and then I went to Channel 5. And then while working at Channel 5 ABC, I re-enrolled a master's degree at the Asian Institute of Management,
Okay.
AIM. And
Oh.
doon ko naging teacher
AIM din ako, sir.
si Professor Morato.
Oh my gosh, Edmo! Okay.
Si Ed. Doon ko siya naging professor at he also grilled me. It was scary.
I know. I took his course, Zach, and I was scared.
Yeah, the ME.
No, development, management development.
Oh yeah, that's
But I made it. I made it
a very
through.
difficult course.
Yeah.
And then so it was an 18-month course, and after that, a series of further studies, mga executive courses. I went to Georgetown University. I went to the Northern Illinois University, a leadership course. Georgetown also for a non-profit organization leadership course. I also went to Harvard. I went to Harvard to study the senior executive fellow, and walang tigil Pia.
Oo nga eh. And we never naman din stop learning, diba, Zach? It's lifelong.
So that was 2007 in AIM, 2008 at Northern Illinois, 2009 at Georgetown, 2010 Harvard. And then I had mga 4 years break from studying.
Yeah.
Because I was doing the talking na that
Yes,
time.
right.
Then I went back to National University of Singapore
Right.
for extensive studies in communication, delivering communication through delivering public policy through communication.
Right.
But hindi ko pa alam na I will be joining government. I just
Right.
took the course I wanted to know. And then I also attempted to take up or to finish a PhD in public administration at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. But kulang sa oras.
Yeah.
Kaya hindi
It's not
ko
too
na.
late. Pwede pa yan. Sooner or later. Diba?
And then what else? And then recently I went back to National University of Singapore to be a student at the same time to teach.
Right. Nice.
Yes, and this was countering violent extremism.
I want to learn about that
Yes.
from you.
And the next week I'm going to study again. Going to Hong Kong University for about 2 days.
Wow.
2 days, yeah.
And all this now leads you to, being our communications secretary, right?
I guess so.
Yes. And being from Davao, and you spent also a lot of time in Manila.
Yeah.
You know the situation, the difference, what it's like to be from Mindanao, what it's like to also be living here in Metro Manila. And that's good for all of us, so that we ought to be united. And I'm saying
Yes.
this, it's Independence Day on Monday, so that's why.
And it's your birthday on Monday.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it, right? So you would know about these things.
Oo
right?
naman, oo.
Yes. Was it tough for you, like, trying to acclimatize yourself, you being from
Province.
Mindanao, and then coming all the way to Metro Manila? Was it different?
Siyempre, pag nasa probinsya ka, doon ka lumaki. You live in a rustic
Yeah.
place, and then suddenly you're in an urban urban jungle. So marami talagang mga adjustments. Marami ding siyempre kailangan mo when you leave in Mindanao, leave for Manila, and then suddenly high school ka, tapos marami kang mga high school friends, di ba? Tapos yung Tagalog mo, hindi maganda. Kumbaga, matigas ang dila namin, mga Bisaya eh.
Okay.
And then your classmates laugh at you.
Ganun ba yan?
Yeah, and then, well, it's really all for fun.
Right,
Hindi naman siya, hindi naman yung discriminatory way. So, and then you're adjusting. So, talagang mahirap, syempre. But then again, mga classmates ko naman sa Jose Abad Santos Memorial School sa JASAMS ay mga bait naman. Oo, so hindi rin ako pinahirapan masyado. But growing up in Mindanao, marami akong na-experience na mga nakakausap ko na mga mas nakakatanda sa akin na sinasabi na sana magkaroon na tayo ng trend sa Mindanao. Sana wala nang gulo sa area na to sa Mindanao. Food basket pa naman ng Mindanao. Maraming mga angst na ang laki-laki ng ambag natin sa ekonomiya, sa GDP. Tapos yung bumabalik sa atin, nakakarampot lang, kaya hindi tayo maasenso. Maraming mahihirap. I lived through that.
Yeah.
And I've talked to people. My father was leader of Senator Nenet Pimentel during that time. So, lahat ng mga tinuturo ng PDP Laban, my father was an instructor.
Okay.
And he was one of the original members of the PDP Laban. And my mother as well. So, narinig ko yung mga kwento na mga aspirations.
Parang nadadala mo yun.
Yeah, I mean, aspirations ng Mindanaoan.
Yeah.
So, working now, well, with that experience here, working with the president, and actually as a broadcaster, I can relate to the problems of provincianos in general. Kasi whatever we feel Mindanao and iba mga probinsya rin sa Luzon na they feel marginalized and maybe in Visayas. Ganun din naman yan. Pinagkaiba yun eh. And it's also easier for me to speak with so many mga Bisaya. There is a Manila, mga taxi driver, mga security guard, mga kuwan ka na mga galing sa Mindanao, gikan sa Mindanao na nagtrabaho dere. And as a broadcaster also, when I speak to them, naalaman ko kung ano yung buhay nila.
Oo nga.
So when you're on air, it's very important for you to be able to empathize with people who are listening to you. And the way that helped me in broadcast is also helping me now in government. And it's also easy for me to communicate. I guess easier for me to communicate with the president also because the president is Bisaya.
Yeah. Okay.
And the people who surround the president are mga Bisaya pod. Bisaya. So it's easier for me. So plus experience in Mindanao. So I totally understand. I totally get the frustrations of Mindanaoans and Bisayans. And I totally understand how the president won the presidency.
Yes.
It's born out of the frustration of
he's from there too, so he also understands just like you, right?
Yeah.
He grew up that way.
It helps when you experience these things, mas madaling maintindihan. Kaya it's good that it's a very good question that you asked that actually. Na bakit what makes you unique from other I guess press secretaries or I mean I'm not the brightest kid obviously in this room. I don't pretend to be a very intellectual person, but I'm a pragmatist.
That's important.
Yeah.
Keep things real, right?
That's and I'm grounded. So,
right, that's good. So now that we are hearing all of these new projects that are happening, like Dutertonomics, right? And you, of course, like you said, like your background also, you wanted to be able to communicate through public policy, and that's exactly what your position as secretary has.
Yes.
You need to be able to communicate these
kailangan kasi maintindihan Pia ng mga kababayan natin. Ano ba talaga ang trabaho ng Presidential Communications Operations Office? Maraming trabaho yan. Pwede ka maging spokesman. You speak on behalf of the President. pwede ka ring maging operations guy who can run the media operations of the palace. And we must also understand that thirdly, why do we need a spokesperson? Why do we need an operations guy? We need these two people in order for us para ma-explain po natin sa publiko yung mga ginagawa ng ating Pangulo. Pag sinasabing ginagawa, hindi lang yung panagsasalita ang Pangulo, but the public policy, yung polisiya ng Pangulo ay maitawid natin sa mamayan para maintindihan nila kung anong ibig sabihin nito. Now, you have the presidential spokesperson who speaks directly to you guys, mass media, private media. And you also have the second division, which is the government media.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, my job is to be able to do that sa government media. Now, ang problema natin dito, Pia, is government media is not as strong as it should be.
Okay.
For example, Philippine News Agency. Wala na nagbabasa ng PNA dati. Pumasok kami sa PNA, dito sa trabaho to, ni walang Facebook page ang PNA. Number 2, pumasok kami sa PNA, yung website na ginagamit ng PNA ay 1993 pa. Ano na ngayon, 2017. So it was never touched. Pumasok sa PNA at nakita ko na yung mga tao kulang sa training. Walang kulang sa camera, kulang sa recorder, kulang sa computer. As in dilapidated. So equipment wise, manpower wise, morale was low. And what is PNA? Magtatanong mga kababayan natin. Ang PNA po ay Philippine News Agency. Ano po ang Philippine News Agency? Ito po ang newswire agency ng Pilipinas, ng bansa natin. Kung meron pong Reuters, kung meron pong Associated Press, kung meron pong Agence France Press, kung meron pong Xinhua News Agency, ang ibang mga bansa, China, meron po tayong Philippine News Agency. Now, ang PNA is supposed to address all of the communications of government and the Philippines in its entirety to the public, internationally.
Right.
So, inayos natin yan. Ngayon may nagbabasa na ng PNA. Ngayon meron ng Facebook page ng PNA. Bago na yung website ng PNA. Meron na tayong application na PNA. Ang Facebook natin, from 0 to 21,000 now, I think, 21,000 na, we already have reached our reach in the Facebook page of PNA goes to about 1.3 million a week from zero.
From zero.
Yeah, so 1.3 million, okay? So that's one. Malapit na yung PNA magkaroon ng sariling studio na newscast. So PNA will now be broadcasting a news service, a newscast to the entire world, to the entire Philippines using the PTV digital channel and Facebook page. Malapit na yan. So abangan niyo mga kapatid. Number 2, PTV4. Yung PTV, nung pumasok po tayo, it was broadcasting in for 20 to 25,000 watts transmission. Ngayon po, nung pagpasok natin, inayos natin yung transmitter. We are now broadcasting at 55,000 watts.
Amazing.
Metro Manila.
That matters.
We
know this as a broadcaster.
Kaya pag pinanood mo yung...
That matters.
Kaya pag nanood ka ng PTV ngayon, hindi sa nagbubuhat kami ng sariling bangko. But if you watch PTV now, mas klaro na siya. Although I'm not saying it's perfect, marami pa rin mga lugar na hindi mo mapapanood kasi kulang yung transmission. But when you watch it on Facebook, mas klaro na siya. When you watch it on TV, if you're in Metro Manila, mas klaro na siya. If you watch it on cable, mas klaro na siya. Even the newscast, mga ilaw, well, ano na lang yan eh. It's just icing. Pero mas klaro na, mas maganda na, mas marami nanonood. When we came in, the Facebook followers of PTV was less than 18,000. Ngayon, magwa 1 million na ang Facebook followers ng PTV.
Awesome.
Apart from that, ano ang reach ng Facebook page ng PTV?
RJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang dami ng peke sa world. Pati ba naman puti mo? Peke din? Para totoong puti, mag Myra Vita White Moisturizer. May vitamin E at natural plant extracts to help nourish skin for that healthy white glow. May double sunscreen na, non-sticky pa. Ito ang totoong healthy white glow. From Myra Vita White Moisturizer. Yan ang alagang holistic.
Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
We deliver. Stand out and be the best. With 8 Tri-Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Criminals do not ever think that you hold sway na kayo lang.
Ay 8:10 a.m. H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Bawat isa ay may kanya-kanyang katangiang taglay. Dapat lamang itong pagyabungin para maging lalong mas maganda ang ating pamumuhay at mapamalas ang ating angking kagandahang loob at labas. Alamin ang sikreto kung paano dito sa Wellness, Beauty and Life. Kasama si Doc Rob at Patricia Javier. Wellness, Beauty and Life. Tuwing linggo, alas 3:30 hanggang alas 4:30 ng hapon. Dito sa DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Action Lady Kate Acer sa DZRJ 8:10 a.m. A-Troy Media Broadcasting Network.
This program is brought to you by 8 Tri-Media Pro Incorporated.
Education Radio, where we do anything and everything about Philippine radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
And we're back.
With our host, Miss Pia Morato.
And we're back. I had to cut Sec Martin Andanar on his number 3. I haven't forgotten, but on our number 3, Sec, go ahead on the PNA.
Number 3. So napag-usapan natin yung Philippine News Agency, PTV, how it's growing and how it's gone so far in less than a year. Nung pumasok po tayo sa Presidential Communications Operations Office, yung PCOO po natin na Facebook account, we only had about 2,000, less than 4,000 likes and followers. So unang ginawa po natin, bago tayo umupo sa PCOO, was nakipag-usap po tayo sa Facebook. Ang Facebook during that time last year, bago lang yung Facebook Live. So nakipag-partner po tayo sa Facebook para i-Facebook Live ang inauguration ni Presidente. After that, tuloy-tuloy na. Halos lahat ng speeches sa Presidente naka-Facebook Live. Na wala po ito noon nung mga nakarang administrasyon. Ngayon, we are very transparent.
Yeah.
From less than 4,000 likes, we already have more than 1 million followers. Yung Presidential Communications Facebook page. And our reach, ganun din, malaki. Maabot din ng mga 10 million a week. It varies. Also, ang dami kasing nagawa na. When we started working for PCOO, unang trinabaho po natin na institutional change ay the passage of the Freedom of Information. So trinabaho po namin yan, opisina namin, PCOO. We shuttled back and forth to the Office of the Executive Secretary para mapirmahan yung Freedom of Information na matagal nang inaasam-asam ng taong bayan, lalong-lalo na tayo sa media. Kasi yun, naging media naman ako, yun ang sinisigaw natin parate. Ipinaglaban po ni dating Senador Raul Roco sa Kongreso noong 1987. 87 pa pinaglalaban yung Freedom of Information. Pero hindi pumapasa. Sabi ng Presidente, paperman ko yan. The Freedom of Information became Executive Order number 2.
Okay, wow.
Sa lahat ng paperman, number 2, FOI. At tayo po ay bilang mamahayag ay ipinaglaban din po natin ang safety ang seguridad ng ating kapwa mamahayag. So we shuttled back and forth again to the Office of the Executive Secretary, to the PCOO, to the Office of the Deputy Executive Secretary for Legal Affairs. At ipinaglaban natin yung Task Force on Media Security. And guess what? Another institutional reform. Task Force on Media Security was signed by the President as Administrative Order number 1. Ang kauna-unahang AO na pinirmahan ng Presidente ay ang Task Force on Media Security. I'm just saying this
That's
because
so important.
para malaman po ng tao kung anong ginagawa ng... We're quiet, pero marami kaming ginagawa. Ano pa ang mga institutional changes na ginawa natin? Ito pong National Printing Office, meron tayong APO printing. Alam mo ba, Pia, na wala tayong dyaryo ang gobyerno natin? Wala tayong dyaryo. Nagtayo kami ng tabloid mula sa masa para sa masa na tabloid. Ipinangako natin sa taong bayan na babaguhin natin ang Radyo ng Bayan. Kasi meron po tayong 4 na 3 AM station at isang shortwave station dito sa Metro Manila, mga kababayan. At meron po tayong isang FM station.
Okay.
So, we launched Radyo Pilipinas last Monday. At ngayon po, hindi na siya Radyo ng Bayan, kundi Radyo Pilipinas. So, bakit Radyo Pilipinas? Kapag kayo po ay pumunta ng UK or America, pag sinabi mong Radyo ng Bayan, hindi nila alam. Pero pag sinabi mong Radyo Pilipinas, automatic, Philippines. No?
Yeah.
So, we changed the name. We represent. We changed the name. We also change the programming. At sunod-sunod na yan, pati yung bagong radio booth, equipment, etc. Lahat po yan ay makikita natin by July. So, Radyo Pilipinas will be then, the first AM will be RP1, RP2, RP3, and RP Worldwide.
Wow.
Worldwide shortwave. Bakit humalaga itong worldwide service? Meron po tayong more than 8 million overseas Filipino workers. And on top of that, our OFW and our Filipino migrants. Ang dami ho na Pilipino na nasa buong mundo. We also relaunched 104.3. It is now FM2. We play 80s, 90s, and 2000 music, and we have so many listeners now. And we are about to launch the newest FM station in the land, which is FM1, 87.5. Ito po naman, FM1 na to para sa kabataan. So,
wow, you really made a connection, huh?
Yeah, FM1.
Our generation sec and the young
Of course. Our generation. So we listen to the 80s, 90s, and music, 2000 music. So, apart from that, the Philippine Information Agency, kasi siyempre, we're talking about delivering public policy to the people.
Yeah.
It's not just about delivering public policy, mga polisiya ng Pangulo sa pamagitan ng ating radyo, telebisyon, sa pamagitan ng ating dyaryo, online. It's not just about on-air, online, and on print. It is also about face-to-face communication. So, ang ating direktiba sa Philippine Information Agency ay to focus on offline or on-the-ground communication. Therefore, face-to-face, usap tayo. Ito yung polisiya ng Pangulo. Pupunta ako ng Purok, kakausapin kita. At ito ang polisiya ng Pangulo. Para kompleto. Meron ako on-air, on-ground, on-print, online. Kompleto yung communication platform natin ngayon sa ating gobyerno. Now, if we have launched more than 100 Philippine Information Agency kiosks around the Philippines, explaining ASEAN, explaining freedom of information. Kaya pagpunta ka ng airport na may information kiosk yung PIA. Pumunta ka ng Davao, meron din. Zamboanga, meron. Punta ka ng Eastern Visayas, meron din. Cebu, meron. Those are just some of the few. By the way, this coming July, we are launching Salam Digital Television. Ito po ay telebisyon na nakatuon sa ating mga kapatid na Muslim. Salam TV. This is the first venture of Philippine government to a broadcasting channel na dedicated to our marginalized brothers and sisters in the South. Imagine, ang tagal-tagal nitong problema.
So important.
Diba?
Yes.
Kung gusto po nating manalo sa dito sa gera sa Marawi o dito po sa Holosulu para makausap po natin yung ating if we want to win the hearts and minds,
Yeah.
it's not just about combat.
Yes.
No? Kailangan communication.
Correct.
So asahan nyo po na ako at si Secretary Del Lorenzana, ang PCOO at ang DND ay nagtatrabaho na po ngayon para itayo ang kauna-unahang Salam Television free-to-air sa Holosulu.
Wow.
Nasa bidding process na po yan ng DND. Itong pinag-uusapan natin. Pero sa July, yung digital TV ay magbubukas na. Ito yung Salam TV. Then, a few months after that, bubuksan namin yung free-to-air Salam TV sa Holosulu. Nasa hindi lang drawing board, pero nasa na po yan, nasa Bids and Awards Committee ng Department of National
That's
Defense.
so important, Sec. I mean, kasi like from your experience as media, you are also able to impart, no? Like what media ought to know, ought to understand. At the same time, what people who are non-media out there listening to us, what they also want to know and to understand. So you're in both. You have both hats.
Ang mahirap kasi dito, Pia, and also challenging and quite fulfilling, is that we are starting from hindi naman zero. Kasi maganda naman ang ginawa ni Sani Coloma, my predecessor. Meron naman siyang mga reforms na ginawa sa PTV, mga bagong equipment, etc. And I am building on what he's done and what he's built. Pero maganda at challenging at fulfilling because kung kukumpara mo naman sa, of course, sa inyo, sa GMA, sa ABC, talagang napag-iwanan tayo. So, we're fixing the program, like what I said, from less than 18,000 followers yung PTV, ngayon 1 million na. So, talagang magwa 1 million na. Kaya ang sarap eh. Very fulfilling for us. And also, yung government agencies na Philippine Information Agency, Philippine News Agency, PTV, Radyo ng Bayan, and the Presidential Communications Operations Office Media, for the first time, nagtatrabaho na po itong lahat ng ahensya na to integrated, cohesively, para ihatid sa publiko yung mga tinatawag na government policies. For example, Dutertenomics, yung nabanggit mo kanina. That was not a result of public relations management or private PR. Hindi po. That was work of government media. Kaya nag-trend, kaya ngayon it's a byword. Yung Real Numbers PH, na weekly meron tayong update sa sobrang mga fake numbers na umiikot, kung ilan na yung namatay sa drug war. So we launched Real Numbers PH. And that was also a product of this government media working together.
Right.
The Extremism and Martial Law, which it was a forum that was launched on the week of the declaration of martial law in Mindanao. And last night we had a forum. The forum was about countering violent extremism, and it's also work of government media without PR money. What I'm saying is that ang ating Pangulo po kasi ay hindi siya naniniwala na kailangan gumasta ng pera sa labas para matuto. Kailangan mo nang i-maximize kung ano ang meron tayo. Maximize it before you ask for help from outside. So now we are maximizing it, we are improving everything, but I must tell everyone na this is not, there's no silver bullet solution to this. We must all sacrifice. We must all work hard. It's not an overnight solution. Because you have to train people, you have to buy
Yeah.
equipment, you know. Pero ngayon, makikita natin na I will show you the report soon that ang layo na po na narating ng Presidential Communications Operations Office. Before, maglagay ka ng mag-post ka dyan sa PCOO Facebook page, walang magbabasa. Ngayon, mag-post ka doon, pag nag-post ka ngayon, automatic meron ka 1 million followers.
Oo, diba?
And that's a huge difference. PTV ganun din. Philippine News Agency, it's growing. It's already 21,000 and it's growing 2,000 a week. Nadadagdagan yung readership niya. Ganun din ang Philippine Information Agency. You go to PIA now, there's Mindanao Hour. I just shared Philippine Information Agency photo narrative in Marawi. Yung mga ganun ba na maaasahan mo yung government agency, there will always be hiccups, there will always be humps. Magkakamali. Tao lang magkakamali talaga yan. Pero ang malaga ho dito ay binabasa, pinapanood, pinapakinggan tayo. Yan ho ang malaga dito.
I guess would you say, Sec Martin, na the biggest challenge also is ang ganda talaga that we now are going to have our own Muslim channel. You know, then we have all like social media, radio, katulad nga dito, live na rin tayo simulcast sa Masbate, Puerto Princesa, and all that. Would you say, mahalaga kasi na we are all united? You know? Would you say uniting all of us is a big challenge? Considering, look in terms of language, we speak so many dialects. Diba? Tapos, ikaw, sabi mo nga, galing kang Mindanao, tapos dito tayo sa Manila, iba rin yung pag-iisip din natin, hindi ba? Parang, challenge ba to? Or is it hard to market this challenge or find out what we need based on this challenge? Like, okay, ito kasi, itong issue, itong concern, itong problema. So, is it hard to pinpoint? You know, would you think that it's a challenge for you?
Well, our country itself is multicultural in a way that we have more than 15 regions, iba't ibang kultura, iba't ibang problema. Sa palagay ko, Pia, as long as government gets its act together, it's not a challenge. As long as the agencies stop working in a silo and start working as interagencies.
Yes.
Mas
Nice.
madali. I can speak from my experience as a secretary of PCOO kung saan po ay when we launched the Comprehensive Communications Committee, chaired by myself, and then we started working on Dutertenomics, we were talking to different agencies apart from PCO. We're talking to Department of Finance, talking to DBM, NEDA, we talked to DPWH, BCDA, sila Vince Dizon, we're talking to DTI, interagency. So when that communication strategy worked, having one huge idea, one huge campaign like Dutertenomics, and you suddenly see agencies working together, we're meeting, and when we launched the real numbers, working with PIDEA, PNP, nakikita nila ngayon yung advantages of synergy. And then, and believe it or not, but ngayon we are already filled up with so much communications work requests. So now we're working with the poverty cluster of the cabinet. Tapos meron kaming DOF, we're working on the tax reform. So we have a huge campaign happening. This is also done by government media. Meron din tayong gagawin na isang project with the Department of Energy. So talagang tad-tad kami sa trabaho ngayon mula nung naging successful itong one part of government media which is working interagency. So it's not hard to pinpoint, especially you have a President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, who is very inclusive.
Yes, yeah.
Sinasama niya lahat with so much political will. na gusto niyang gawin nyo lang. Pag meron kayong solusyon, gawin nyo lang. Wala nang tanong-tanong. Sabi nga niya, hindi ako magma-micromanage. Pero kung anong gusto nyo, anong gawin nyo lang. He is a very output and outcome
I love
person.
that you're talking about interagency relationships. We always talk about it here, sir, and I really love that you mentioned it's so important. But before we continue,
Okay.
we'll pause for a short break. We'll be right back here
Thank
on
you.
Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Pag-asenso sa negosyo, pag-aralan at matutunan sa negosyo ni Carancio. Mga latest updates sa merkado, mga kaalaman sa pagdinegosyo mula sa mga eksperto at maging job openings, alamin. Ihahatid sa inyo ng ating nag-iisang Carancio sa negosyo, Miguel Hill. Sa negosyo ni Carancio, negosyo ni Carancio. Tuwing Sabado, 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon at Linggo, 12:00 ng tanghali hanggang 1:30 ng hapon. Dito lang sa DZRJ 810 AM, A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Hanggang 3:00 ng hapon at Linggo, 12:00 ng tanghali hanggang 1:30 ng hapon. Dito lang sa DZRJ 810 AM, A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Kay Dazer, ang nag-iisang action lady. Sa bago nitong tahanan, DZRJ 810 AM. Dito ka na sa My K. DZRJ.
This program is brought to you by 8Try Media Pro Incorporated.
Education Radio, where we do anything and everything about Philippine radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
Good morning, and we're back here in Education Radio with Secretary Martin Andanar. So, Sec, I love that you say, you talk about interagency relationship. I said, I'm saying it again because we always talk about it here. Also, and kailangan talaga maintindihan ng tao na all of you, all these agencies in government are related. You have your work to do, but you affect one another somewhat. And you
Yes.
spoke about synergy. That's so important also. Please, Sec, emphasize further because as media, it's your job to really put it out there. What's happening? And you said we paused for a short break. We paused that the president being very inclusive. This is part of your campaign too, I'm sure.
Kasi napansin ko kasi, Pia, na dahil hindi masyado malakas ang interagency relationship, in a way that we all work together, kailangan merong certain glue that would put us together. And I noticed that in the cabinet clusters, kung meron mang isang organization na halos nandun sa lahat ng cluster, ito yung PCOO. Now, understandably, because of communications, kailangan ng communications. Now, how can we help an agency kung mahina yung aming sariling communication platform? So we had to strengthen that. So now that it's a little bit strong compared to what it was before, manpower and equipment wise, and organizationally and planning wise, solid na siya. Mas madali na lang mag-offer ng services to all of these agencies. Ang pansin ko lang is that every time we have an interagency meeting for a specific communications program, for example, yung kagabi, which was Defend Republic Countering Violent Extremism, ang sarap magtrabaho kasi, and then you find out na, wow, we have so much wealth of public servants who are really capable. And kumbaga kung pagdating sa countering violent extremism, yun lang talaga yung expertise sila, talagang nandun. And they're so passionate about it. And if you bring it out in the media, if you bring it out on TV, on social media, you learn so much. Parang ang daming masasabi, ang daming may tutulong sana, pero because hindi tayo magkaisa in terms of communication, nasasayang yung message. For example, I'll give you an example. PTV will be digital. We have 3 sub-channels for PTV. Okay, so we have the main channel, which is the HD, and 3 sub-channels. In one channel, I am pushing for an education channel.
Yes.
Now,
Woohoo!
it's as simple as this. We have a digital channel, we have a digital box, a digibox, parang sa ABS-CBN may box sila, diba? And then, dun sa box na yon, meron kang PTV HD, and meron kang 3 sub-channels. One channel will be education. Now, kung lahat ng mga public schools may HD box, they can watch the education channel na government owned. And then from the educational channel, meron kang programming doon na maglalagay ka ng the best, the brightest math tutor who's teaching this mathematics, algebra, etc.
In their dialect, or maybe in their
Tagalog.
Tagalog,
In Tagalog, pero magaling. As in the best in the Philippines. As in Philippine Science High School.
Wow.
Klase. And then you also have the best science teacher, the best chemistry teacher, the best Spanish teacher, the best English teacher.
Yeah.
Tutorial ba? Tutorial. And then libre, digital channel given by government. So automatic now, because PTV offers a digital channel for education, pwede na mag-broadcast yung Department of Education ng ganitong klaseng programa. So even if you are living in the far-flung municipality of Abad Santos, for example, in Siargao, a barangay there, and you want the best education, of course, if you're a parent, you just want the best education for your child.
Of course, yeah.
And my mom would always tell me before, kahit nag-aaral ka sa public school, anak, sabi niya, bibigyan kita ng tutor. Kasi pag may tutor ka, siguradong mas maganda yung performance mo. And true enough, nag-honor ako nung nasa public school ako. And I was able to get into a private school because I had a tutor. So, hindi naman lahat ng tao nakaka-afford ng tutor, Pia. But what if government offers it on television? I know that Secretary Jesly Lapus before had this in mind. He had this in mind. So I was talking to him about it. I said, okay, magagawa na natin. We will do it, sir. We have the political will to do it. We have technology that will help us. And it's not only available, it will not only be available on a PTV digital channel, but we will stream it on Facebook.
Yes.
And meron kang schedule doon. So you can't go wrong.
Right. And that will surely help, especially like in DepEd, they have that alternative.
They will love me in DepEd.
They will. They will. Sec Briones, I'm sure she's listening too. And good morning, Sec Jesly Lapus, my former boss. He's brilliant. So I love this idea. This is awesome.
O kasi technology has led us to make this effort possible. Imagine a Department of Agriculture having its own channel also, or programming on that same channel. Now, since wala namang budget ang PCOO, I will just ask for DepEd or D8. Sabihin ko, I cannot give our classrooms the black box.
Yeah.
Kayo na magbigay. I'll give you the channel, kayo magbigay sa kanila. And I'm sure government will give it to them. DepEd will give it to the classrooms.
Right.
Now, if you can afford the black box, you can buy it for maybe a discounted price. Then or if kasi alam mo sa BBC ang ginagawa nila sa UK. If you buy a television merong certain percentage ng tax na sa TV na napupunta sa BBC. So what we can also do is talk to DOF. Sabi ko, pag bumili sila ng black box, yung mga kababayan natin, tax deductible. Pwedeng ganun, di ba? So maraming ideas. how to do that, yeah.
Galing naman.
Yeah. So maraming mga pwedeng may offer ang government or PCOO for that matter.
Yeah.
Para matulungan yung mga kabayan natin.
And now we have the Philippine News Agency, which I'm so excited about. You know, and considering like this is stepping into the whole international platform, Sec Martin.
Yes.
We're making ourselves, well, through you, thanks so much.
Well, through
and
the
of course the President, right? Thank you, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We're making ourselves known more in the international platform. I hope that a lot of our kababayans will look and watch, right, and get the information that they need, because all of these things have been passed. FOI has been passed, and we really want to support this whole agenda also of trying to show what has been done in the past, the good things, right, that have also been done in the past, because President Duterte is also continuing that, right, and moving along forward with this new agenda, attaching to it the Dutertenomics. So, sir, last message to everybody in terms of communications and, of course, in our current administration.
I'd like to thank you, Pia, for inviting me here in your radio show
you, sir,
to be able to explain to the people kung anong ginagawa po natin sa PCOO, at nais ko lang pong kumbidahin ng mga kababayan na suportahan po natin itong DZRJ, 8Try Media, dahil maganda po ang kanilang programming dito, quality programming. At the same time, kung pwede po, suportahan nyo rin po ang inyong sariling TV station, PTV, soon. And that's about a week from now or 10 days from now ay ilo-launch na po namin yung PTV Davao. Tapos na po yung PTV Davao. So we have Davao will now have its own TV station. And once we've launched that, susunod po dyan yung launching ng Bisaya Newscast. The Bisaya Newscast will not only be in the Visayas or Mindanao, but in the entire Philippines. So meron po tayong ganun. Suportahan po natin ang ating Radyo ng Bayan. Ang tawag po sa Radyo ng Bayan ngayon ay Radyo Pilipinas na. Soon we will launch it with new equipment and all. Suportahan po natin ang Philippine News Agency, ang Presidential Communications Facebook page, ang Presidential Communications Operations Office. Kung meron po kayong gustong malaman about PCOO, diretso lang po kayo sa Presidential Communications Facebook page, Government of the Philippines. Suportahan po natin ang ating gobyerno. We are working very hard for you. We want to institutionalize reforms. As in, sabi nga ni Pangulong Ramos na our responsibility is to make the lives of the next generation better.
Yes.
So as far as the bureaucracy is concerned, my responsibility also is to make the next generation of workers at the PCOO and the next generation of Filipinos their lives in the sense of capturing or getting information from government easier through the Presidential Communications Operations Office and its attached media agencies. So kailangan institutional reform. Dapat pag after 6 years, maganda na lahat.
Oo. And sana ipagpatuloy pa. Sir, greet na lang our people from Palawan. I'm sure they'd love to hear that from you, and sanay na ka na dyan, sir. Broadcaster ka na.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin sa ating DZRJ 8Try Media Facebook page. Magandang umaga po sa DYME Masbate, Explore TV Channel 17, Phil Products Cable TV Butuan. May buntag kaninyo diya sa Butuan City. 107.1 Power FM Puerto Princesa, Palawan. Magandang umaga po sa may buntag sa 97.1 Wow FM. Rojas, Northern Palawan. And of course, I'd like to greet you an advance happy birthday on June 12.
Thank you, Sec Martin, for being on the show today and for bringing Martin's Man Cave on Education
PS
Radio as well today.
PS Woman Cave.
Thank you so much. And belated happy birthday to Tito Ramon. Jacinto, you
Oh,
said.
yeah, that's right. RJ.
Happy birthday, Tito. Hope you had a rockin' one, as I always
Rock
say.
and roll.
Rock and roll. This has
You
been
ain't
another
nothing.
episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. 8 Media. Hasta luego, everyone.
Ito ang DZRJ 8:10 AM. H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Narito ang mga programang siksik sa balita at impormasyon na ito ang DZRJ 8:10 AM. H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Narito ang mga programang siksik sa balita at impormasyon na buong pusong ipinagmamalaki ng 8-Try Media. Napapakinggan sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. Unang ratsyada sa umaga, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Umpisa sa mga balitang tinipon sa bulwagang pambalitaan ng DZRJ. Alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng umaga sa Balitang Supremo. Kasama si Joey Falcon. Susundan naman ang ora mismong balitaan. Alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng umaga sa Balita Oro mismo. Kasama si Gani Oro. Kasali kayo sa pagtalakay ng mga balita sa Rated PG. Alas 7 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga. Kasama sina Pia Morato at Gani Oro.